Julie Nasuju, and I'm a model, the founder of Royal Patches Foundation, an MC, a DJ, and not forgetting the most important right now, a mother of four, and also I'm a loctician also. So I got vitiligo when I was 1.5 years old. That's when it started. Basically, I'm not the one who discovered it. It's my mom, since it started in the genital area. And after it started, she thought like the house girls were keeping me too long with the diapers and the napkins, until she went to hospital. And that is after a few searches, because at that time vitiligo wasn't known. So she went to like 5 doctors, and that's when she was told that I have vitiligo. And that's where the journey begins for vitiligo. So basically, I've lived with it for the last, I don't know, almost 30 years. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a story. I can just say that in primary, it wasn't easy. I went through a lot of bullying, and I was the kid who was picked on mostly. And then, but that changed when I reached class 8 over there, is when things started changing. And I wanted to fight back, because I was that kid that everyone was picking on, so I really wanted the bullying to end. And after that is when I entered high school, I had to pretend that this was contagious, since I didn't want to be bullied way back, like the way everyone tells you when you go to Form 1, you're going to be bullied a lot. So when I entered the high school, I just told everyone this was contagious, just to avoid all the commotion and everything. But that didn't last for long though. It's only, at least I managed to finish my Form 1 without being disturbed. But now when I reached Form 2 is when I told everyone the truth. And in high school, for me, it was good. It was quite interesting, because this is when I was discovering my talents. I was very good at handball. I used to sing at that time, but these days I don't sing. But it was a journey where so the time I used to go for handball, I used to go outside and meet people and see their reactions. That was a different case, because that's when I was now experiencing real life, how it was. So after high school, now I met the real world, and trust me, it wasn't easy, especially when it comes to getting a job. You find that people will judge you because of how you look, so they would not give you that opportunity or a chance to get a job. I can give you an example of me trying to work in a supermarket, and the owner of the place would tell me that I'll chase away the customers, because they thought, because of their ignorance, they thought this was contagious, so they would tell me that I'll infect the other customers, so they wouldn't give me that opportunity to work at a supermarket or anywhere that is front office, that I'm being seen, was an issue. And it has been really tough, I won't lie to you. But that's when I decided to start. After seeing all this discrimination, I met up with this photographer who actually gave me a chance. That is Big Ideas Entertainment gave me the first opportunity as a model, and they took a few photos of me and told me, do you know you're photogenic? Just look at the photos and you will see the difference. And I started looking at myself in a different perspective. And after I took a few photos, my photos were distributed to other companies, and I got an opportunity to work with Sauti Sol after the photo shoot now. So Sauti Sol decided to do a video shoot, and I was like a model in the video shoot. And I started seeing myself in the other light, like creating awareness through this, being a video vixen or a model in a video, or doing these things, like just showing people the beauty of vitiligo in it. And that's where the journey of modeling began. So a year later is when I was like, how about the other people who are doing this? I need to give them, I need to show them the beauty of it, rather than just doing it by myself. So I started Royal Patches Foundation. At first, when I started it, it was called White Patches Foundation. And then I thought about it, and I was like, no, I need to add something to it. So purple is normally the color for people living with vitiligo. And I thought because purple is classified among the royal colors, I decided to call it royal patches. And it has been interesting because I'm meeting so many people who are now seeing the difference of living with vitiligo in a positive manner rather than the negative manner of the discrimination and the stares on the roads. Yeah. So let me talk about the relationship part. Because I know most people love to hear that part. Having vitiligo and dating someone who does not have it is quite different, because this is when you guys need to go out, you need to have dinner somewhere, and then now this guy is experiencing the stares also with you, and you find that you also meet with rejection when it comes to the in-laws. They've never, maybe they don't know something about vitiligo and they feel this is too much for them, maybe, or they think it's contagious, and they try and advise maybe the son or the daughter to avoid someone who's looking like this. And that has been my story in all my cases. I have 4 kids so far, and those are the 4 relationships that I tried to be serious on. But I met up with rejection and so many other things in between. The first kid, the parents said no, their son cannot marry someone like me, and the guy we had to separate. The second child, like, the father disappeared on me. Up to this day, I do not know anything about his whereabouts or anything. I do not know. The guy just left. And the third one was kind of the toughest for me, because I experienced a lot of rejection and also abuse, physical abuse and mental abuse, because I was being downgraded to a point that I would feel really low about myself. And at that time, my vitiligo spread very fast. I was almost white. I had just had a few spots, but everywhere else I was white. And that's the main thing about vitiligo. When you're stressed up, it will definitely show your color. You become more whiter the minute you don't accept yourself. Because I was also battling that, because at that moment I hadn't accepted myself. And then also facing that abuse at that time really made it to spread very fast. And it wasn't easy, but I managed. And it's because I had a very supportive mom who used to pray for me and who used to tell me, you're beautiful. She would always remind me this every time and tell me that I'm God's creation. I shouldn't take it any other way. And that really encouraged me to be where I am up to today. Every day is a journey, man, because when you go outside, you meet people who behave in different manner. There's someone who will look at me and see vitiligo as beauty, as art, but there's someone who will look at me and see this as a myth. Some are scared of you, some just, there are different reactions that you meet up with people. Some are scared of you. Kids stare at you like, why have you applied white things in your face? Like, those questions always come up most of the time. Or you find a kid who's scared of you, that's just seeing you as a ghost, and they run away from you. So there are different reactions in with people and vitiligo. But for me, I always take it as beauty, as art. It's like, for me, I always look like, they're artists, they're people who can draw, and they draw really well. So for me, the main creator to me is God. And since he created me the way I am, and every day he plays around with my patterns. There are times my patterns change from time to time, and to me that is quite interesting. I look at it, at the beauty of it on that level. Yeah. And I don't know. For my kids, for them, it's the time they're starting to embrace this. They're trying to see it in a different manner, because whenever I would go to school to maybe check up, I need to go and see the teacher, you find the students leave the class, all of them, to just come and stand and stare at me. So there's that also. And for them, they always ask the other kids, why are you looking at my mom that way? So for them, it's also something they're going through. And main reason why I started Royal Patch is because of that. It's because of that, and it's because you find that not a lot of awareness has been done around the country, or just generally all over the world. There's not much awareness that has been done about vitiligo, but the little people know, the people who are interested to know. But if you go to places who call Mashinani and they meet up with you, they just see you as something else. And sometimes it affects people who are living with vitiligo psychologically. So I can say vitiligo is not something that is painful, but it is mentally. Yes, it's something that affects people mentally because of the stares and everything you see around you and how people treat you. So it affects you mentally, how you deal with people. And it can actually push you to a point that you try to take away your life. I'm saying that because I have like 5 cases that I know that have been, people have texted me on Facebook or on Instagram, and they would tell me that they're tired of their lives because of the way people are treating them around. And it's quite sad that someone would see this as something down, something to look down on. Because to me, this is beauty. To me, this is art. Man, you have 2 colors. You don't know the advantage you have. Like people, you'd go somewhere, someone would just think you're from abroad. When you go there, they just see you as them, like your home. You have both colors, so it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting to me, and there are many others who see the beauty in it. Yeah. Now my DJ life. For me, I love music. I love music very much, and I'm pretty sure many people have seen me in so many places, and it's because I love good vibes, positive vibes, and kind of music keeps me on toes. It keeps me feeling good about myself, and that's why I ventured into DJing. And in the same process, I do MC, and me MCing is so that I can talk about it, so I can talk about vitiligo, so I can create more awareness about it, but in a much fun way, in a much interesting way, rather than I'm not saying that the other people describe vitiligo in a sad way, but as much as yes, it is a medical issue, I think it's also an artistic, in an entertainment way. It's something that should be explored in that venture. So yeah, and that's why I entered into the entertainment side. So I try to create my awareness through the entertainment side, that is through art, modeling, DJing, MCing. To me, it's just that way, simple, interesting. Yeah. Now about making dreads. That's something I think I love hair also. I love to see people with beautiful hair, and this is something I started when I was a kid. I used to make my own hair most of the time. I used to plait my own hair, and I would find it very interesting. But now when I started doing dreads, I started seeing another side of it. And I think I ventured into that slowly. It's something that nowadays it's something that is giving me earnings, or it's something I'm doing for a living. But before I was just doing it just for fun. I would see someone with good hair, or someone's hair is not really made well, and I'm like, can you allow me just to fix your hair a little bit? But now these days I've taken it seriously. But apart from that, generally modeling has been my main source of income, because now I can just say the things are changing, and I love the way people are adapting to people like us and the inclusivity that they're putting into us. Also, I am an actor, I forgot to mention that. So also in the acting side, you see they're trying to embrace us now, they're trying to incorporate us in the acting, so that we can be able to create awareness through that side of that line of life. And it's quite interesting how things are changing. Now, in the modeling side, this is the time we're being put in runways. Before it wasn't something simple. As for me, when I started, I was just a picture model. To a point now, when it comes to runway, they want to include people living with vitiligo, people who are living with albinism, and to me, it makes me happy. So that people are now seeing us in a different light, rather than seeing us as a condition, as a medical condition that needs to be pitied on. For me, I feel it shouldn't. It should be. This is a plus one to you. You should take it in a positive manner. Yeah. I don't know. What else?
The relationship with the
Huh?
Angie.
Relationship with?
Angie. Sanji. Agnes Sanji. Bulana tattoos.
Oh, Nje.
J.
Yeah. No, Nje is, I can say she's my colleague. She's my partner at work. And she's also a friend. Her side, she deals, as in both of us are like partners. Like, I can just say she's a Vitiligo ambassador at the moment. I'm the assistant. And how she creates awareness through advocacy and on the political side, and I create awareness through the entertainment side. So it's like we split ways so that we can be able to capture more masses. So she distributes sunscreen to people living with vitiligo and also albinism, and my side is to make sure the events. I try to create awareness through events and going to places and modeling. That's my sector. How she deals with campaigning and also the political side, going to meetings abroad and all that, just to talk about vitiligo. And it's been a journey. Yes, she loves tattoos, and I also do love tattoos. That's one one thing about us that is common. And I can say we've partners in so many things, just to create awareness in both our sides in what we're good at. Yeah.
Project you have done so far?
Most of the projects we've done is just Vitiligo Day. Most of the time is normally we partner together to do that, and the distribution of sunscreens in different places. That's also something that we've done, and yeah, more projects which are coming up, but I'd rather stick to that first. Yeah. Oh, as I said earlier, about the DJing, this is when people are embracing vitiligo. That is in the entertainment industry. Entertainment is large. There's acting, there's music, there's modeling, as in all these things is when, at this moment, are being declared like something like it's something that people are seeing the interest of involving us. So the challenges before were like people have never seen people like us before in such platforms. There's that mentality about, especially when it comes to modeling, like a model should look like this and this and this. You say there's at that time people used to say that, but now these days modeling is when there's something to show, there's something to show. And the disadvantages maybe when it comes to DJing, like most of us are not, you don't have an income that can be able to give you like the decks, the hard disks, because all this are capital that you need this capital. And so when you're not being given an opportunity to work somewhere so you can gather that capital so you can start doing things by yourself, it's kind of very hard. But at the moment, I can't say that there are any disadvantages in the modeling and entertainment industry, because they are quite open these days. The only part I can say is office jobs. Office jobs, man, it's kind of very tricky to be given a job at a front office, like in a bank. Like being put as a clerk is very hard. Somewhere you're dealing with customers, it's very hard to be given a job because of how you look. You're being judged with that. So for me, I feel like the entertainment side has been quite supportive with the people living with vitiligo. And I don't know, I can just say it's just the beginning of new things. Because 3 years back is when UN declared vitiligo as a disability. Before, it wasn't noticed, it wasn't known. And it was declared as a disability due to the psychological traumas that it's causing to people. Yeah. So even as Kenya, as a third world country, it's when we're picking it up. So, yeah.
So what will you tell the people living with vitiligo?
One thing I would tell people living with vitiligo is acceptance is key. Like, even if you're taking medication, there is medication actually, but it depends. It depends with your body, like your immune system or how long you've had it. That varies a lot, because what I can take me years before I heal, but yours have just started recently, it might end very quickly. You see, and then in vitiligo, there are different types of vitiligo. Let me just start with that. The different types of vitiligo. What I have is called vulgaris. That is general vitiligo, which is scattered patterns all over the body. And then there's segmental vitiligo, which affects only one side. It chooses to affect either the left side or the right side. And then we have focal vitiligo, which chooses just one spot. If it's just the hand here, it's just here and here alone, nowhere else. And then you have acrofacial vitiligo, which affects the face, the hands, and the legs. And the center part doesn't have. And then you have what we call universal vitiligo, and that's the story from Michael Jackson, by the way. So now universal vitiligo normally starts as a small spot, and then it progresses to the different types of vitiligo that I've mentioned until you become fully white. And people kind of mistake that for albinism. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. But that's why I was telling you, when it comes to medication, it varies. It varies with also what you have and how long it's going to take you. But as much as you take the medication, accepting yourself really matters. Because if you don't accept yourself, even as much medication you take, it will not work on you. It will not work. Healing starts from within.
Yes.
It starts from within, and then it will show outside. But for me, I do not like using medication. I'll just say that. Because I used it for like my childhood. My mom used to take me to hospital every day for phototherapy sessions and the creams every day. It was just too much for 10 years. It was just, that was the same story, and I got tired of it. And I can't say that I started accepting myself then, but it was just the beginning of my journey. I can say for my journey and doing what I'm doing, it started like 6 years ago. Is when I started embracing a lot. So before those 6 years, it was really crazy. It was really crazy. It was really crazy. But I can see the improvement, because 6 years ago and right now, you look at my pictures, it's a different story. Yeah.
Do you have facility for vitiligo therapy?
Yes. If you want to go for phototherapy sessions, Kenyatta is offering. Kenyatta Hospital is offering the phototherapy sessions. There's Keridam Clinic, which is in town, which offers that also. I do not know about the rest, but I believe those two are the main hospitals I know that are actually doing phototherapy sessions and are treating vitiligo. Yeah. But me, my hospital is just counseling. My hospital is counseling. I love talking to people. I like showing them the beauty and the art behind vitiligo, so that healing can start from within, and then the rest can follow later. Reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I don't know. Our main point is, when you have vitiligo, I know it's really stressful when it starts, because you're normally wondering how far this will go. Whenever it starts, I believe you can always reach out to me. That is at Julie Nasuju on all platforms, or Royal Patches at Royal Patches Family in Instagram, or Royal Patches Foundation in Facebook. You can always reach out. We'll always get back to you. And for me, I know I have held people's hands daily just to show them the beauty of it. So I know it takes time. Yeah. I know acceptance is not something easy, but it is the best thing you can do for yourself. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. For people living without vitiligo, and I'm meeting people with vitiligo, I would advise like if you just smile, just tell them they're beautiful or you're handsome, depending on whoever you're talking to, and tell them this is beauty, not to look at it in the negative way, like as if it's a curse. No, it's not a curse. It's not a curse. It's just an autoimmune disorder. It's just a discoloration of your color. And the cells that make your color is what you don't have. They're normally weak or dead. It's that simple. It's nothing big about it. But avoid the sun. People living there, avoid the sun. Always have sunscreen. Just protect yourself from the sun rays. Because when you get burnt, it's not something beautiful. It's really painful. It's really painful. Yeah.
So do we categorize the pigments with the percentage?
Yeah, we do.
So how many percent do you have?
I can say 80 to 90. 90%, 80 to 90%. Yeah.
How do you cope with the stigmatization?
For me, ignorance. For me, I think I do avoid negativity a lot. I do not entertain negativity around me. But the stairs will definitely be there. But how you see yourself also matters, because I don't see myself as the way they're seeing me doesn't affect me. So I ignore the negativity. I take in the positivity. That's how I deal with my vitiligo.